The Lomo Minitar 1 32mm art lens is a fun little gem if you're into zone focusing, small form factor and kind of live the moment lens. But what if I'm wrong? Who cares? Let's see what I have in my sleeve. In 1982, the idea for the original Lomo Minitar 1 lens was conceived in St. Petersburg, USSR, at the optical heart of the soon-to-be legendary Lomo LCA compact camera. In 1984, after production challenges due to cost issues, engineer Lev Sakin reworked the design, enabling successful mass production of both the LCA camera and its Minitar 1 lens. The LCA with the built-in lens would later become iconic and foundational to the lomography movement, celebrated for saturated colors, high contrast and characteristic vignetting. On April 30th, 2015, Lomography officially announced the Lomo LCA Minitar 1 art lens with Leica M mount, bringing the classic Minitar optical formula to interchangeable lens cameras. I owned this lens for about 4 months and a half, and it was on my Leica CL in Spain and in Italy. It's an everyday carry on my camera or in my photographic bag. But how I ended up buying one? For a long time I was longing for a Lomo LCA camera. I ended up buying one from eBay. When I was testing it, it sounded correctly when I was trying to expose without film at different lighting conditions. So I got lazy and I never developed the test roll film. Went on a vacation with 15 rolls of film and having a ton of fun because the compositions are pure guesstimation with this viewfinder. You're controlling only the aperture and you're relying on zone focusing. So it was a very liberating experience. This joy ended up when I developed the first 2 of 8 rolls, and I found out that in 90% the rolls was unexposed. And now this camera is a brick on my YouTube setup, but my desire to shoot with it never went away. And that's how I ended up buying the Lomo Minitar. To be honest, since the lens is coupled with the Leica's rangefinder, I often cheat and use the patch to focus. But when I'm shooting objects that are more than 10 meters away from me, I just push the lever to infinity and don't even bother. On the 2 trips to Spain and Rome, I was using Fomapan 400 ISO, and in daylight it was giving me speeds between 1/250th to 1/500th of a second and apertures between 8 and 11, and very rarely about 5.6 in the shadier conditions, but I could easily slower the speed and close the aperture, and in this case on 32mm you don't have to bother about depth of field. I can't pinpoint the difference between 35 and 32mm focal length or field of view, but I feel safer with the 32mm, and 28 is kind of too wide for me. And if you watch my previous videos, you know that on the Leica CL there is no other frame lines other than 40, 50 and 90mm. So with the 32mm frame I'm using the whole rangefinder, and miraculously it's about 32 to 35mm view range. That's easy for my brain because after all these years using DSLRs, I'm kind of conditioned to accept that what I see is what I get without paying too much attention to the frame lines. The build quality of this lens is good. I'm very happy with it. It's solid. You see there is a little brass. It's mostly metal. Probably there is some plastic, but it doesn't feel plasticky. It's good quality lens for the money. It's 250 euros. But let's talk about the handling. The aperture and the distance levers are very easy to be moved around, especially the aperture since it's clickless. There is no clicks, you just rotate it and it's moving. On the zone focusing there is some clicks, but they are not stiff enough to be able just to set it to, let's say, 1.5 meters and forget about it. So because I'm wearing my camera on my side, like that, and I'm walking around and my left hand might accidentally bump or on one of the two levers and change my settings. Before each shot I'm making a quick check of the distance and the aperture and then take the picture, which is not something that you should bother, but have in mind that especially if you're carrying it in your pocket or a bag, you might have to check your settings before each shot. If you wear it like a necklace, it's probably safe enough just to drop it here and then pick it up. It's going to be the same settings probably. But in my experience, I was checking my settings every time I was taking a picture. So what I've managed with this lens is to keep the heart of the LCA in my reliable Leica body, to have full exposure control. I can put the camera on a tripod and shoot at slower speed, even in bulk mode, something that is not possible with this camera. And now that the new Pentax came out with the zone focusing, and that we have the new Lomo MCA with the same lens, of course with the option for autofocus, but again zone focusing, I think that this setup is very on point for our modern times and I'm very happy with it. That's my thoughts and that's my experience with this lens so far. I'll continue to shoot with it because it's very easy to carry around. It will go with me in Portugal if everything's fine, plus the Voigtlander and probably the 90 millimeter Leica lens, and I'll have a lot of fun with it. So that's what I have to say about this lens. As always, like, comment, subscribe, but go out, shoot some film, have fun, and don't be afraid to experiment with whatever lens you like. See you soon.